Hey guys, welcome to Matt's Movie Reviews. This is my first review video where you actually get to see me. The last few months I've been building my channel and we've been mainly focusing on documentary style reviews, looking at retro reviews, and I did one on Ready Player One. This is the first one I'm going to do where you actually get to see me, lucky you. And we're talking today about Solo, a Star Wars movie. Of course, as I'm a new YouTuber, I don't get to see the films before they're released. So apologies if this is a week or so late, but I felt as if I really wanted to talk to you about Solo, mainly because of its controversies that it suffered because of the production issues that it had. First, directors Lord and Miller, who were responsible for the Lego Movie, were fired because they were taking the movie in the wrong direction, too much comedy apparently. And then legendary Ron Howard was brought in to finish the movie and apparently reshot about 80% of the film. Production costs were around about $300 million, which is a lot of money, but I'm guessing this accounts for the added reshoots, etc, etc. So as the film suffered because of this, and has it been treated unfairly, because I believe that the box office revenues aren't doing too well, although this weekend I believe that things are picking up a little bit for it. It's a Star Wars movie. It's about Han Solo. It's got the Millennium Falcon in it. It's got Chewie in it. There's Lando. It's an adventure. It's a romp. It's a heist movie. Come on, guys. Have we got Star Wars fatigue so early? 4 movies in, and we're suffering with Star Wars fatigue, mainly on the back of The Last Jedi. I get it. That movie was split 50-50, like Marmite. People loved it. People hated it. But does that mean the future of Star Wars is dead? A real shame, because for me, Star Wars was a massive thing when I was a kid, and we got a movie every 3 years. Once Return of the Jedi had finished, we didn't get a movie for 16 years, and then it was The Phantom Menace. But the least said about that, the better. Since 2015 and The Force Awakens was released, Star Wars became this huge phenomenon again, and it was a really exciting time. And then we move into these times where now we don't think that's a great movie either. It's too much like Star Wars. It's too much like the originals. We moaned about the prequels. What do we want? What do we really want from our Star Wars movies? And I think we live in an age where we suffer with high criticism before films even come out. And this impacts the film. And we're going to get to a chance where we don't get Star Wars at one point, and then we'll all be sad about it, and then it'll come back in a different form, I'm sure. But like I say, my movie review channel has been growing slowly over the last couple of months. I've got a Facebook page and a Twitter page, and I'm really looking to grow my subscribers and boost this channel, because I'm really passionate about movies. I've been a huge movie fan since I was a kid, and I'll be moving on to some documentary style sort of retro reviews, and I want to build up on that and do some more retro reviews, and then sort of build on new films and build this style of review. So bear with me. I'm building the channel, building the kit, etc, to give you a better quality, and we're moving through that. So please give me a little subscribe, give me some comments. I'd love your feedback, all negative and positive, but please be nice, and we're moving forward and building the channel. So let's just talk about Solo briefly. Controversy again about the casting of the actor that played Solo, Aiden, and he was the first choice, and people hated it. They didn't want it, and he does a decent job. He does a good job, and by the end of the movie, without going too much in it, he convinces you that he's Han. He's never going to be Harrison Ford, guys. And I kind of think it's similar to when J.J. Abrams released Star Trek back in 2009, and Chris Pine took over the role of Kirk, and the rest of the crew took over the legendary roles. It's always going to feel painful when somebody takes over a role. It's kind of like when the Doctor changes in Doctor Who, but we've kind of accepted that now because we're so used to it. But this is the first time that Han hasn't been played by Harrison Ford, and it rolls along. There's a great little piece about how he met Chewie, how he gets the the Millennium Falcon, without giving too much away. You know those things are going to be discussed in that, so I'm not giving too much away there. Donald Glover does a great job as Lando, and really sort of channels, if that's the right word, Billy D. Williams. Really good, really good. Jonas, who's taken over from Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca, does a great job, and he's ensured that character will continue throughout the Star Wars movies as long as Disney feel that they're profitable to make. But if we don't support it, if we don't go and see the movies, if we're critical about them before they even come into the theatres, I don't think that's going to continue. We'll get the episode 9 and possibly a few more spin-offs, and then maybe they'll call it a day for a while, I don't know, but we'll have to see. As the movie goes on, Woody Harrelson, Thandie Newton, they all do a great job. The effects are brilliant, and the score is a great hark back to the past, or should that be the future, because obviously this is set before Star Wars, but there's some nice little cues of John Williams' soundtrack in there. And it goes along. It takes you to the places where you think you're going to go, and there's a nice little cameo at the end without saying too much about it or giving too much away. But obviously, this guy was half the man that he used to be. That's all I'm going to say about it. But you can say into that what you want. If you've seen the film, give me your comments. Do you agree with me? Was it a decent Star Wars film? Am I just being very nostalgic because I grew up with these characters and these films when I was a kid? I was part of the whole Star Wars first generation, as it were, and I just love the characters, I love the films, and there's been a few bumps over the ways. We won't mention the prequels. I can say they were disappointing for a lot of people. But as I say, Star Wars, it's Solo, it's out now. It's coming up into its second weekend. Go and see it. Take the kids to see it. Whatever. It's a bit of fun for a couple of hours, and I went to see it in IMAX and I really enjoyed it. There were some issues, there were some parts where you could tell the difference between Ron Howard's direction and the small pieces of maybe the Lord and Miller stuff that had been left in there kind of didn't really sort of gel very well. I may have been wrong, I may have got the parts wrong, but I felt as if I could tell which parts were their work and which was Ron Howard's work. It hints that there may be another one, or we may be going down the Marvel way of expanding these stories and taking them in directions. We will have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Give us a subscribe, give me some comments, guys. And I promise you that my future content is going to improve as I build this channel, and learning techniques and everything over there. It's a real great learning curve for me. So please support the channel, and hopefully speak to you soon. Thanks.